When you're standing in the kitchen, wondering if an espresso machine is really worth the countertop space and the learning curve, the decision can feel a lot like buying a car you'll never drive. You're looking for something that actually delivers a decent shot without turning your morning into a chemistry lab, and you want to avoid the nightmare of a machine that spends more time in the service queue than in your cup. That's why today I'm breaking down the Ascaso Steel Uno paired with the Eureka SIlenzio 55 grinder, the kind of bundle that promises professional-grade results but still lives on a home kitchen counter. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the real setup you'll face. The Ascaso Steel Uno is a 58mm, PI-controlled, semi-automatic espresso machine built from a mix of aluminum and stainless steel. It arrives with the grinder already matched, the SIlenzio 55, which is a conical burr unit that sits on the counter and plugs straight into the wall. Unboxing takes about 15 minutes. You pull the machine out of its box, attach the water tank, plug it in, and give the grinder a quick brush out of the hopper. The two pieces are ready to talk to each other almost immediately. No extra adapters, no hidden brackets. In my experience, the biggest time sink is the initial temperature warm-up. The PID system brings the brew group up to the set temperature in roughly 3 minutes, which feels quick enough to fit into a normal morning routine without having to wait forever. Now, why does that PID matter for a home user? In a nutshell, it means the brew water temperature stays within a tight window, typically 0.5 C, which translates to more consistent extraction from shot to shot. I've tried a handful of budget machines that swing wildly between 90 C and 96 C as they heat up, and the taste difference is obvious. One shot tastes flat, the next tastes burnt. With the Ascaso Steel Uno, the digital display gives you the exact temperature, and the machine maintains it through the brew cycle. For anyone who's already fiddling with grind size and dose, that stability removes one variable that would otherwise make troubleshooting a headache. The grinder is where the real value of this bundle really shows up. The Eureka SIlenzio 55 is a 55mm conical burr grinder, which puts it a step above the typical 40mm entry-level grinders you see on Amazon. The burrs are stainless steel and the grind range spans from fine espresso to a French press coarseness. Because the burrs are larger, they retain less heat, meaning the coffee beans don't get inadvertently roasted during grinding, a subtle but tangible benefit when you're chasing a bright, clean espresso. In practice, I found that dialing in a dose around 18G at a setting of 12 on the SIlenzio gave me a balanced shot in about 2,530 seconds, without having to keep adjusting the grind every few days. That kind of consistency is what most home baristas need to feel confident they're not just guessing. Let's talk about the steam wand. The Ascaso Steel Uno uses an aluminum stainless thermoblock that delivers a steady steam pressure, and the wand itself is a classic steam tip style rather than a fancy automatic frother. If you're used to hand texturing milk, you'll appreciate the control, but there is a learning curve. The first few tries produce thin, uneven foam, but after a couple of practice sessions the wand generated enough steam to create microfoam suitable for latte art. The key is to purge the wand after each use, something that can be noisy but is essential to keep the steam pressure stable. For someone who just wants a quick cappuccino without a lot of practice, a separate milk frother might be a more convenient supplement. What about durability and after-sales? Ascaso offers a 12-month warranty against defects, which is fairly standard for this price tier. The machine's chassis feels solid. The stainless steel housing and walnut-accented portafilter give it a premium look that actually stands up to daily use. I've had a friend who accidentally knocked the machine off the counter. The body dented slightly but the internal components kept working. That says something about the internal build quality. It's not a flimsy plastic shell that crumbles after a drop. Now, who should seriously consider this bundle? If you're a coffee enthusiast who already knows the basics: grind size, temp pressure, and the importance of water temperature, and you want to move beyond a single-serve pod machine, this combination gives you a professional-looking setup without the price tag of a commercial-grade machine. It's also a good fit for small households where you don't need a double boiler. The single boiler with a powerful steam function handles espresso and milk in the same session, which is enough for a couple of drinks a day. The bundle's real strength is the synergy. The grinder's dose consistency pairs nicely with the machine's PID stability, making it easier to repeat a good shot. Conversely, who might want to skip it? First, absolute beginners who have never tamped a puck or adjusted a grind may feel overwhelmed.